quick story about a sweet and close friend of mine, Mercedes. Mercedes is the friend that I hope every Black woman gets to do life with at least once in her life. I got the pleasure of meeting Mercedes in college and getting to come of age in our 20s together. Mercedes is incredibly brilliant. She is naturally beautiful. She is a true fashionista with the closet and shoe collection to match. She is wise beyond her years. She's also full of dry and sarcastic humor, and she is always ready to ride. You know, like the friend that's ride now, ask questions later. She's that friend. But more than all of that, Sadie's is extremely loyal. And she loves her people hard, and she loves us well. And that's what has always stood out to me about who she is. In 2017, Sadie's was diagnosed with a rare childhood cancer. Shook would be the most accurate word to describe how I felt when she told me over the phone after I had called to invite her to visit me in Auburn so that we could go watch her favorite football team, the Auburn Tigers, play in their spring game. And before I could really get into my feelings, but not before I shed a few tears, Sadie's assured me that she was good and that we, her people, were good. She confidently articulated her trust that God was going to get her through it, that he was going to heal her body. And got her through. He did. Over the next several months, I watched firsthand as Sadie's attended doctor's appointments, completed chemo treatments, attended multiple hospital stays, and lost her beautiful natural tresses. But what I never saw her lose was her spirit and her spunk, her firm belief that God was in it with her and that he was going to heal her body. And she never forgot her love for her people. In fact, that entire year, I saw her show up for her people in our big and small moments. From weddings to baby showers to graduations to chatting with me often about the ups and downs of dating in your late 20s. She was there for it all, even when she had every reason not to be, when everyone in her tribe would have understood her not being tuned into the details of her lives. She seemed to always be in the know and to never miss a moment. In January 2018, about a month or so after graduating a second time from our beloved alma mater with a Master's of Science in Clinical Laboratory Science, to be exact, because I told y'all she's incredibly brilliant. About 2 weeks after her 27th birthday, and roughly a week or so after celebrating her cancer being in remission with all of her people, Sadie's passed away. And simply put, that rocked me to my core, as you can imagine. After the most intense waves of grief had finally passed, I made a commitment to show up for my people and to love them hard, the way Sadie's had always done for me and so many other folks. It was my commitment to continue her legacy of showing up and being present in the details in the lives of those that I love the most. And so for the last 3 years, that has been my move and a main priority for me. And over the last 3 years, if you were to ask me what losing Sadie's taught me, without hesitation, I would have told you. It taught me how to endure with joy and how to be present for my people. Now, I'm not sure what clicked in the last few months, but something indeed clicked. And I began to ask myself, well, what does it mean to show up for Jasmine. You see, I take a lot of pride in showing up for my tribe and for my people. And so my guess was that I was doing a decent job of showing up for myself. But when I began to assess what showing up for me actually looks like, I was anything but proud. You see, showing up for my people has always looked like sending encouraging text messages or handwritten notes. It has been conversations about how to make room and space for grace in every area of their life. It has been finding ways to celebrate all of the moments that spark joy in their lives and the lives of their families. And it has been about simply being present in the details of their lives. But showing up for myself, ciao, that's looked a lot like second guessing my instincts, trying to manage high functioning anxiety, being more in my head than in the moment, and letting the fear of what if keep me stuck. So if you're anything like me, a recovering overthinker who is daily trying to show up for herself better, then I have just a few thoughts. Some of which I imagine Sadie's would tell me if we had the chance to chop it up on her couch one more time. Because she was full of sage wisdom and hard truths, I have a few hard truths for you today. The first hard truth might be the hardest pill to swallow, but it is a truth that is crucial for me and for you to accept. Of all the barriers and the hurdles that stand in the way of us and the success that we so desperately desire, hurdles like money issues, trauma, drama, relationships, and so many others, the biggest hurdle that we will ever have to get over is our damn selves. That's it, plain and simple. Getting over yourself is a feat that puts you at least 1,000 steps ahead of where you once were. Now, somewhere throughout the course of our lives, someone probably told us that we weren't good enough, we weren't strong enough, we weren't smart enough, we weren't pretty enough, we weren't Black enough, that we simply weren't enough. And in the many ways that that message gets communicated to us, particularly as Black women, whether verbally or non-verbally, intentionally or unintentionally, we begin to internalize that message. And oftentimes we make that message our truth. So I'm here to disrupt that truth with a hard truth. That is, sis, you have it in you. The skill, the knowledge, the power, the vision, the business, you have it. Now, it's probably going to take a bit of healing, a bit of processing. It might not be ready to share with the world today. But whatever it is, know that you have it. You actually been had it. But if we're just talking about today, know that today you have it. I shared earlier that I recently came to terms with the fact that I struggle with anxiety more than I'd like to admit to others and to myself. And if you're an overthinker or are anxious like me, then you know how detrimental it can be to stay in your head for too long. And so the hard truth is that we've got to make space to get out of our heads, whether it's writing it down, talking through a spiral with a friend, working out, twerking it out, whatever you need to do to get out of your head and to release both the anxious thoughts and the anxious energy that they create, do it. Because you know, like I know, that if you're left alone in your head for too long, it's a recipe for worry, anxiety, fear. And those are the exact opposite ingredients that you need for success. Now, this fourth hard truth isn't really a hard truth. It's more of a gentle reminder for you and for me. And it's to simply let your people in. We are surrounded by incredibly dope people. At least I hope that you are surrounded by incredibly dope people. And they want to support us, to encourage us, to be in the mess with us. They want to love us well. And we rob them of the ability to love us well and the tools to love us well when we don't ask for what we need. And when we're not honest about what we're working on and what we're working through. I believe that there's an unlimited amount of untapped power that is nestled in our villages. And I think it is prime time that we started tapping into it more often. The last hard truth is absolutely the most important one, which is why I saved it for last. A truth that often can feel heavy at times, but is so worth getting deep down into your soul. God has graced you for the season that you're currently in. I'll say it again. God has graced you for the season you're currently in. You see, long before you ever got to this season, God knew all of what this season would hold, and he knew who you would be and what you would need. And so if you have any doubts that God sees you in this season, that he knows what you need and what you're going through in this season, and that he is indeed in it with you, then let me be the first to remind you that he has indeed graced and equipped you for all of what this season holds. Both the struggle and the success, the grind and the glow up, the mess and the message. Everything that you need in this season, he will make provision for, so that you come out of this season fully intact and able to share a message that only you could share with the world. So the next time you think about success in any area of your life, including business, remember that the biggest barrier to your success is the woman that you see every day in the mirror. Before I go, I want to leave you with one more truth. This one inspired by the Atlanta great, Ludacris. Move, sis. Get out the way. Get out your way, sis. Get out your way. Thank you. Before I leave y'all today, I want to take a moment to honor my friend and my sister, Mercedes Rutledge. Mercedes, thank you for the life that you lived, the legacy that you left, and for continuing to teach me lessons about life in your absence. Thank you for holding my hand in this moment and helping me to stand confidently and courageously in it. Sis, I miss you, and I still love everything about you. Thanks.
Jazz isn't coming on the stage, y'all. The system is just showing her special love up here today, but unless she wants to. But I honor this moment where we are giving homage to Mercedes and all that she has left us with through Jazz as a vessel. I'm going to share something that's on my heart as we break away. And then Jazz, if you want to say anything, please do. But this is the culmination of day one. And then the lounge is open. And I think something that's in my spirit because of what Jazz has done is this. Because tomorrow we're going to come back. But may his peace be with you till we meet again. May his peace be with you till we meet again. Till we reach that distant shore, and we'll shed a tear no more. He will give you strength to endure till we meet again. Till we meet again. Heaven is now. Heaven is here. Heaven is today. We have created space for love, for joy, for vulnerability, for peace, for reflection, for healing, for love, for joy, for sisterhood, for triumph, for growth, for strength, for fragility, for progress, not perfection. I thank every single woman that has poured into this space. I'm talking about the speakers and the people in the chat. I'm talking about the attendees and the registrants. I'm talking about Raven, who's helping me in the command center. I'm talking about everybody that's watching from Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitch, Vimeo, etc. May his peace be with you until we meet again. And I ain't talking about 60 years from now, 30 years from now, because heaven is here. How are we going to create it? Jazz, if you'd like to share anything, please do. And then we'll close this thing on now and allow people to enjoy the lounge until we meet again tomorrow.
All I can say is thank you. Yeah, thank you. I think that she would have loved this space. And so thank you for honoring her and allowing me to honor her on your stage.
Crying. Ashe, Sharika, I'm going to share with you that was Lydia. Lydia said, I think I found my tribe. We here. I mean that. Put money on that. I put my life on that. I was created to serve you all. These women on this stage were created to make space for y'all. Big Mama did this for us, y'all. She did the best she knew how. She did the best she knew how so that we would be better off than her mother was. And we are going to create space so that our children are better off than we were. Love y'all. I mean it. I'll see you tomorrow.